boxing is a little bit more classy than the average smartwatch that I've been dealing with. It does have an upraised part, but I hate when they put speakers on the bottom. There's got to be a reason they do it, but it's like, okay, my arm is covering the speaker. How am I supposed to hear well? I don't know. So, first step, I just want to open this up, get a good, pretty look at it. Okay. So it is touchscreen. Okay, so you come to the side swipe to begin into your options and up and down to go through your options. Interesting. Well, I'm going to sync it with my phone and be back. So did you call me to help you name baby birds or to tell you to get some worms?
I don't know.
You just want to share the news?
Yeah, just share the news, and we're gonna get worms.
Awesome. From Walmart fishing department?
Yeah.
Awesome. You're so smart.
We're gonna try to see if we can take care of them.
That's really cool. Okay, well, do you want us to stop by in a while? Steven's just working on some math right now.
Okay.
Is that a yes? Piper, stop it.
1 second. Okay.
Piper, there's nobody there. Go look.
I'll text you to see.
I'm sorry, say that again? Piper's being really loud. She thinks somebody's out there. Huh?
I'll text you to see.
Okay, awesome. All right, look forward to it.
Okay, bye.
Bye. So aside from Piper being super annoying and barking, that call was super clear. Even when I went upstairs without my phone, I could not believe I kept reception that whole time, and she didn't even know she was talking to me through a watch, which is the first time that's ever happened when I was using a smartwatch. Now, if you're an Apple user, you will get things coming through, you can't respond back, and you're not going to have all the options of Android. So I'm pretty sure that's an Apple issue, and we can't be upset about that except with Apple for wanting to keep all of the rights themselves. But nonetheless, we do at least know when somebody's connecting with us. Now, I did not get any more alerts saying it was missing my phone, so maybe this one is definitely going to be better about that. I think, again, I think it's the app, but I think it's how, if the app, I don't know, you know what, I'm just guessing. I'm throwing out theories here. A good little reviewer would write down notes as she went along of all the things she wanted to point out, and I forgot to do that. But let me go over some basics here. First of all, this really is one of the best, and they must be improving all the time because each time they just send me something better, but this definitely is the best I've tried so far. I was done reviewing smartwatches until I saw this one with the real band. That makes a huge difference. It's not a plastic band, it is your real watch band, and that is lovely. It's gold plated is the one I chose. They had black and silver as well, and I will tell you the gold plating can scratch off, but I worked hard to get that scratch. I have very rough walls, almost like adobe walls on my living room, and I was hooking up some wiring and I just rubbed right up against the wall, just scraped it. It's like sandpaper is what I did. So, but that can happen, so don't go rubbing sandpaper on your watches. One thing I don't like about this, and I don't like about any of the smartwatches, they all are crap about this. I'm allowed to say that, right? The little charger ports, I hate that. Part of me just says rip the thing off and leave it open, except then there's the dust factor. But I have a hard time getting them open, and once I even broke, not this one, but once when I finally got it open, the thing just broke right off. It seems like there's got to be a better way to handle this, and I don't have suggestions, so I shouldn't be complaining, but it just seems like there should be. Moving on. When your watch disconnects because you went too far away or you let the battery die, whatever the reason is, when it disconnects and you come back in, sometimes telling it to connect doesn't work. I find the quickest way to handle that situation is just turn it off. Takes 2 seconds, really. It goes off really quick, and then just turn it back on. So I'm gonna hold it and turn it on. Press and hold until it turns on. As soon as you do that, and this one actually does turn on and off much faster than the ones in the past. Once you do that, it's going to start looking for itself, and it's going to find it in a way that telling it to do it does not work. Letting it do it on its own just because it turned on works beautifully. Now if I go into my contacts, it's syncing. I wish my camera would focus the way it used to. And my contacts are back up. So there's that. Now there was one trick I had learned, and then all of a sudden the watch outsmarted me and it doesn't work anymore. I don't understand why. Okay, this is for Apple users. Again, I address Apple users because that's what I have. My Bluetooth just came on and my headphones came on, so now it is now taking on Siri, and that's the funny thing, that's what I'm going to tell them about. When you're using Apple and you're talking to Siri or you're having her dictate, it's no longer your phone that's doing the job, it's the watch. And I haven't found a way out of that. I did find a way, but it figured out how. Watch. Hey Siri, where are you?
Wherever you are, that's where I am.
So you can see the watch is picking that all up. So when I am in email, and let's say I use my dictation tool, and the watch picks it up, and now it is writing down everything I say. And that's awesome if I'm really close to this, but if I had actually set my watch down or muffle my watch in some way, then, and I'm talking to my phone, it's not my phone that's hearing me, it's the watch. So that could mess up how it works. There's that. There have been times I tried to tell it not to, and it was pretty easy at first. I just went into, say, what was it? Sound recorder. I went into sound recorder, and it says, well, do you want to disconnect from the BT first? I say yes, and it still leaves my contacts. It'll still communicate, but it no longer is taking everything the phone says as, you know, its own thing. But now that no longer worked. It seems to have overridden that, so I don't know why I'm even telling you, except for full disclosure, just saying everything that comes to mind of what I've learned. The pedometer is really cool, but every time you start the watch up again, you have to start it up again. It's not an automatic feature. You don't just say, hey, whenever I'm wearing you, I want you on. No, you have to tell it that you do want it running. I haven't used the sedentary reminder. I haven't used that. Where is the, not remote capture, is it in File Manager? Yes, okay. In File Manager, I did use the video, and I was pretty impressed with the quality. And you can see it. It's actually going to show me here. Of course, that's way too small of a picture.
I have to hold my wrist down to take two pictures. I think if I were recording, I would actually take my watch off and hold it in position. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'll just keep going around. There. Yeah, everything is wet right now. We just had a huge storm come in again, and got caught in the rain.
Okay, so you can see that is pretty, that's the best one I've come across as far as recordings and pictures go. The best. And it's not like taking a picture with your, no, don't turn. I keep turning it on and off with my fingers. Okay, get out of there. Okay, so it's not comparative to say like the camera of the iPhone, obviously, and it's not like a real camera, but as far as watch cameras, that's the best I've come across as far as what you're recording. So if you need a selfie in a pinch, this will get the job done. What else? The connection was amazing. I couldn't believe it. I actually talked to several people and not one of them asked me what was wrong with the connection. And you know, if you step away from your phone and you've got a smartwatch, a lot of times that's exactly what happens. They're all, are you going through a tunnel? Do you have me on speakerphone or whatever it is? They'll ask. Or they'll just keep saying, I'm sorry, what was that? I never got that. The worst conversation I had is the only one I actually recorded, and the reason that was the worst is because my dog kept barking in the background, so nobody could hear anybody. It was awful. But that was the only one I actually thought was next to the camera and could turn on quickly enough. So the motion activation works great. It turns on every time I flip my wrist. It works consistently, whereas a lot of them are, you know, 50-50. So I love that. In settings, you can even tell it, you know how sometimes you'll look at a watch and the smartwatch will turn itself off before you actually get to look through what you wanted to. In settings, you can tell this how long you want the motion or how long you want it to stay. Just display. Yeah, screen timeout is under display. Sorry, my camera just won't focus anymore. I need a new one. I keep saying that. I need a new camera, but... So screen timeout, I now have it set for 30 seconds. It's probably going to shorten the battery life. I don't imagine by what, because most of it is in the background anyways. Most of the battery being used is in the background. So you can make it last longer, or you can make it last shorter. You've got 5, 10, 15, 30, 60 seconds. You can leave it on for an hour. That's ridiculous. Okay, so lots of changes you can make. This is really, really awesome. Out of all the ones I've tried, I recommend this one the best. If you don't get this one, then you might as well just fork over the $300, $400 for the real Apple one. And of course, that's going to be the best. But if you don't want to fork over that kind of money and you still want a lot of style and something that is reliable, this one has not pissed me off once. So, yay! The only thing is, I think most people are going to complain about is size. I have good sized wrists. I've got like a man's body practically. I mean, you know, it's a pretty man's body, but you know, I've got good sized bones. This is a 7-inch wrist, so measure your own. And if you are a 7-inch wrist or smaller, this is going to look like this, or it's going to take over your entire wrist. Obviously, it's a good sized watch. And so I really would love it if they made this exact thing. Don't compromise on anything, but in a woman's size. So maybe round it out, or maybe do not round. No, that would still not work. Maybe Indecisive Annie, what would you like? I don't know. Something that made it look more feminine. It would definitely be nice if it were smaller. Maybe oval, so I could still see a good amount of screen, and yet it fit, you know, oval going this direction. Maybe, I don't know. So yeah, love it. I would recommend this very much, and I wish I could go back to all my watch reviews and put them on a scale. And you know what, as time goes on, this will change too. They're going to come out with something even better, but for right now, this day and time, this is the best that I've come across. So, hope that helps you get to know the watch a little better. I think I've covered just about everything I can think of because I did not make notes. And there you go.